Okay, we are officially in the most awaited session of the day. The house is packed and we have some of the best speakers, best stalwarts of the state who have achieved a lot of recognition even nationally for their views, for their clarity and everything. And I said it in the one earlier session also, whatever we say here, let us all promise we'll remain friends in the end. Okay? Okay, and this is not that show. I am not a blacklisted anchor. Okay. We'll talk about that. So we'll talk about things which are important to the country. I think the 2024 elections is coming. We'll talk about that. Obviously more from a South perspective. Annamalai sir. Firstly, I don't meet politicians every day who have gone to IIM. You've gone to an IIM, you've done your IPS, and now you're doing this. And a very tough job to make the BJP progress in Tamil Nadu. Even though it's the BJP is the mighty BJP, in Tamil Nadu the progress has been slow. It's been there for sure. It's been progressing. I had Narayanan sir from your party in the earlier session. He said in 2026 we are winning in Tamil Nadu. Assembly election of Tamil Nadu winning. And I want you to comment on that. This recently your alliance partner, AIADMK, broke off. They've not said names, but they said, you know, the BJP Tamil Nadu leadership said something we didn't like about our leaders, which seems like a very soft reason to break off a very important alliance. So just want your views on that, on the 2026 and this alliance and how it's all going to affect BJP in the national elections.
Chetanji, my vanakkam to you, my greetings to Annan Karthik Chidambaram avargal, Kavita Akka avargal and all the eminent guests who have come here. I think you have mixed 4 or 5 questions together and BJP Tamil Nadu is an ambitious party. There's nothing wrong with having an ambition. And of course, we got to do a lot of hard work. We have to cover a lot of miles to reach where we have to go. And Tamil Nadu, I'm sure you're watching the Tamil Nadu politics for a long time. It is always a nationalistic state. Congress was in power till 1967. We have a lot of national stalwarts in Tamil Nadu who made a mark, who added a lot of quality to Tamil Nadu politics. I'm sure the days are coming, but for that, BJP has to do a lot of things in the right way to reach the destination, but we are fairly confident in the coming time we should reach where we intend to go and what is the ambition we have for the party in Tamil Nadu. And 2024 is a very important election for the party because this is a very unique election for our country because we are going to see a party which is in power for 10 years and you are going to measure our performance over the last 10 years. You are going to validate what we have done over the last 10 years. And you're going to make a decision whether you're going to give us another 5 more years. I'm sure when BJP comes back to power in 2024, that is a time when BJP Tamil Nadu should really look forward to its growth. Because you've proven something at the national level. People have accepted your model of development. So 2024 to 2026 is very crucial for us, especially in a state like Tamil Nadu, where a lot of things are not right at this particular point of time. So 2024 is an inflection point for BJP Tamil Nadu also to reach its destination in 2026. So that is what I can convey now. And thirdly, with respect to the alliance, partners leaving, coming, it's part of politics. I think somebody said a week is too long in politics. Harold Wilson said, if I remember correctly, in UK. In Indian politics, I think 3 days is too long. A lot of things happen and churning happens. So I don't want to comment too much, read too much into what has happened. And come 2024, a lot of realignment will happen in a very natural way. And there are only 2 things you will have, one for Modi and one people against Modi. And I don't think there is going to be somebody in the middle and who's going to say neither here nor there. So let us wait and watch next 7 months to go. I respect whatever the alliance partner said, our previous alliance partner. I don't want to give my comment to it because they made a decision. It is for them to make a statement, why and how. And I can't sit in a chair and make judgment about why they did it. But my job as BJP state president is to help grow the party here. And I'm focusing on it. So next 7 more months to go. And come November, December, a lot of realignment should happen. Let's wait for it.
I mean, I won't press on this further, but they've specifically said that the Tamil Nadu BJP leadership has said negative things about our past leaders. I can't imagine you saying that. And
Well,
so why are they saying, why are they making
it's
such...
okay. Perceptions differ, the way people look at things differ. It is all in politics. You read between the lines. You say something and people read something between the lines. But I said, I respect what they said. So it is not up to me to really make a character judgment of why they said it and what is right. Did they actually mean it right? Or will there be a change of heart? So I'm not really bothered at this point of time. What I'm really bothered is, coming 7 months, I'm more interested in focusing on my party because we have got a lot of distance to cover, a lot of miles to go. So happily, I'm doing my work. So let us wait till November, December. As I said, there are two things in India. Either you are for Modi or against Modi. So I don't think there is somebody going to be in the middle, neither here nor there.
Okay. Kartiji? Well, he's laid out his plan for 7 months. He said that it's all going to be about, are you with Modi or are you not with Modi? In the middle of all this, there is this INDIA that has been, the alliance that's been created. I want to ask this. So I'm just asking you because you are one of the representatives. No opinion polls are saying that yet, but let us for a thought experiment assume that INDIA comes to power. It is a
pleasant thought.
It's pleasant thought for you, for sure. But let us look at it. It's a coalition government. There's no going to be one dominant party in there. So there's a huge coalition with a lot of small parties. And then there is some minister who's in some corruption issue, a big corruption scam or something, right? He or she belongs to one party. If you take action against them, they withdraw support, INDA crumbles. I mean, this is the same term which Prime Minister Manmohan Singh once said, coalition compulsions. He himself said it. Even though then Congress was a pretty dominant party in that coalition, INDIA will not have a party which will have that many. I mean, there'll be a lot of dependencies on the coalition partners. And if one misbehaves in a way, there's nothing that can be done. I mean, isn't that a design issue, or how do you see it?
First of all, my reading of the elections in Tamil Nadu for 2024 is very clear. I believe the India alliance, led by the DMK here, in which the Congress is a significant partner, will sweep the polls like we did in 2019. That be it. The reason being, Tamil Nadu does not subscribe to the Hindutva politics of the BJP. And the Hindutva of the BJP is a North Indian, upper class, Sanskritized, vegetarian version of Hindutva, which doesn't gel well with Tamil Nadu. So that being it, I believe the result in Tamil Nadu is going to be very, very clear. It's going to be for federalism, it's going to be for secularism, and it is going to be against this Hindutva model of governance which the BJP has. As far as the rest of India is concerned, I've always said that Indian elections are like a tennis match. Each set is independent of another set, and what happens in one state might not necessarily having a bearing on another state, and we have to look at the electoral grammar in each state before we come to any conclusions. As far as this coalition being, you're alluding to a potential problem a coalition government can have. Let me tell you one thing very clearly. A coalition government intrinsically is more democratic than a single party government. There is at least some collective leadership. There is debate and discussion among coalition partners. In a single party government, you'll always have government by diktat. Like what's happening here, demonetization, the finance minister of the day does not know about it. You know, withdrawal of the farm laws, the agriculture minister of the day does not know about it. So you'll have that. But presuppose that a coalition government will have corruption and a single party government will not have corruption is erroneous. Because the greatest corruption this country is facing today is the crony capitalism which this government is practicing. So it is not as if, in fact, accountability will be greater. There will be greater pressure in a coalition government to be more accountable than a single party government. So I do not agree with your theory. While there will be contradictions and there will be compulsions within a coalition, but I do not presuppose that it will be somehow, in your opinion, more corrupt than a single party government, where blatant crony capitalism is happening today and nobody can speak about it. Neither can you in the media, nor there are alliance partners on paper. There are a few other political parties which are represented in the government. They can't really speak because the gearing is so bad. But in a more egalitarian coalition government, I think that debate and discussion will be far more, and accountability also will be far more.
Okay, interesting. Kavita ma'am, it's very interesting, like Surja said, either it's pro-Modi or against Modi, whereas your party now, neither NDA nor INDIA, right? And there could be many reasons for that. One is you love them both, so can't decide which one, or you don't love either, right? You've also renamed the party, TRS to BRS, making a state party to a national party, not allying with anyone. There seems to be some thought and strategy behind it. What's going on? No other party that originated from the south, or at least I can't remember them saying, okay, now we're going to go national, we're going to rename ourselves, we're not going to ally with NDA, INDIA. Just walk me through the thought process quickly on that. What's going on?
Thank you, Chetanji. Thank you, ABP, for having me here today. India is too vast and too diverse to say that either you are against someone or for someone, or at the same time saying that you have to be in either one of the national parties. That again has failed, that experiment. So that is why you've seen a TMC emerging. That's why you've seen a Naveen Patnaik ji emerging. That's why you've seen a Jagan emerging. That's why you've seen a KCR emerging. So in India, when there are versatilities and diversities which are not respected enough, there will be agitations in the regional space, and that is how many regional parties have come to force today. Now, having said that, regional parties have certainly performed better than both of these national parties. That is a matter of fact. When you look at the growth strategy of Telangana or growth strategy of any other state compared to the nation, we have done far better. Having said that, if two parties have had a chance for 75 years to perform at the national level and have repeatedly failed the nation, or I would say not failed the nation, but maybe they have not tapped the potential of the nation enough, we believe as new political alternative, as a third party, which can work pan-India and provide with a development model. Whatever we have done in Telangana, we have that model to be able to be replicated across the nation. We have a proof of concept. It worked in Telangana. In 10 years, we jumped from 1.2 lakh per capita to now 3.7 lakh per capita, which is the highest in the country. So obviously, we've done something right in the last 10 years. From 66 lakhs of irrigation, we are now irrigating around 2 crore acres. So we have done something very right in the last 10 years. And we believe this model can be emulated across the nation. And that is why we are neither with them, with INDA or Congress, or neither with BJP. Because both of them had a chance to go at it at the national level. And both of them, I believe, did not perform to the potential that they could have.
So both have disappointed you.
Absolutely.
But once the result...
Not me, as in the people of the nation.
Yes. And once the results come, though, of the elections, and let us say BRS is in a position to, there's a word called game changer, kingmaker, or like just a contributor. Are you then open to alliance with someone, or
Well, it's not only BRS. The game changers will be leaders like Mamata Banerjee, Naveen Patnaik, Jagan Mohan Reddy, KCR. All of these leaders who independently can garner many, many seats. Anyone could emerge as a game changer, not BRS. And I strongly believe that after the election of these 5 states, INDIA might crumble down. There is a possibility that various discussions might emerge. The results might change the opinion of many parties within INDIA. NDA per se does not have many parties which have a greater vote share as of now, except the BJP. So it might stay intact, but INDIA might crumble. So in this nation, we've seen post-poll alliances have worked and formed government and ran a stable government, like PV Narasimha Rao, etc. So pre-poll alliances historically have not been very successful. And that is precisely why I believe after these 5 state elections, every party will rethink their strategy as to should we remain in INDIA, should we go for an independent election, how can we garner maximum number of seats. So you'll have more bargaining capacity post-2024 election.
Karthi, you think? She said India, not India, INDIA might crumble because of these assembly elections. Whereas right now it looks like a huge show of solidarity. They are banning anchors. Sorry, I think, can we have a new mic for him, or maybe borrow, or this BJP person has given the Congress person the mic. It's not, that this does not
Maybe the
happen.
symbolic passing of the
I
baton.
think
The Sengol,
this
the
is
Sengol moment.
This is a real, but that's very.
The Sengol moment, as you said.
Sing-
Anyway.
He's just given the mic.
I mean,
Not the Sengol.
Sengol was also make-believe.
Let's talk about what she said.
See, the India alliance has met 3 times. Formally, once in Patna, the second time in Bangalore, and the third time in Bombay. And every time we have met, our numbers have only increased and our coordination is getting better. And in this assembly election, all constituents of INDIA are not stakeholders in these elections. Primarily, it is the Congress party, which is prevalent in all the 5 states which are going to go poll. The results of the poll will obviously be either a shot in the arm or a disappointment, the way the results come. But the alliance is not going to crumble. The purpose of the alliance is to unseat this fascist, anti-federal government from the center. That is the purpose. And that purpose will not change because of the results of this election. But I can again tell you that the results of the election will be a boost for the Congress party, which in turn will be a boost for the INDA alliance. I mean, Kavita can be a visual thinker, but the alliance is not collapsing. The alliance is going to go strong. It will only gain strength to strength when we face the general election. And these 5 states, mark my words, the Congress party will do well. We are very confident of forming government in a significant number of the states in which we're going to polls in November and December.
I'll just make a quick point and then Annamalayana can answer. See, precisely this is my issue. INDIA as an alliance says their single point agenda is to get BJP out of power. But what is your agenda for the people? If your single goal is to get BJP out of the power, what will you do better than this government? See, that is precisely why I believe. And one other issue, in Bengal, communists and Mamtadi are fighting, but they are both in INDIA. In many states, they are in direct conflict. In CPI, Kerala, Congress and CPI.
Aam Aadmi Party.
Aam Aadmi. So many of these guys who fight outside are here. So how are they going to share the seats? How will you give confidence to the people that this is a valid alliance? Yes. What is your plan for the people?
Annamalai sir, they have said it now. And whatever anti-federal, fascist, and there is only one goal. One goal to remove your party.
Chetan, I can give you cogent reasons on why this government should go and why then.
No, I know. That's a fair. It's fair. So I'm just letting you answer that why they want you to go.
The problem with Congress is they are so power hungry. They want to imagine a mic as a Sengol. They can keep dreaming. And for them, everything looks Sengol when they walk around because that is the impact Sengol has made in Tamil Nadu. And the kind of respect Sengol has got, it has got a pride of place in the Central Hall of Parliament. Now, my friend Karthik Chidambaram Anna used a word called fascist. Madam Indira Gandhi used Article 356. She alone used it 50 times. Congress party used it 91 times. Madam Indira Gandhi used it 50 times. Congress party alone used it 91 times. Flimsy reasons. Rajiv Gandhi ji will be in Bangalore airport. By the time he boards a plane, before he lands in Delhi, the Karnataka CM is gone. Now, if there is a classic definition for fascism, it is the Congress party which was there. Now, we also mentioned a point, a coalition arrangement by its very nature is very accommodative. Like a true democracy, you can have different voices. The GDP of our country till 2014, when we took over, sir, when Modi ji came, it was $1.87 trillion. You had the Harvard economists, you had some of the best minds, allegedly best minds. Now we doubled it in about 9 years. It's about 3.75 trillion now. The growth rate we have seen whenever a coalition government has come, where nobody dictates anything. When Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister, what did our A. Raja Anna do? He was making his own policy. The Prime Minister writes a letter who's against the first come, first serve policy. He overrules the Prime Minister and brings that first come, first serve. That's the whole 2G scam allegation. Now the people of India are very clear. They want a very decisive government. Over the last 10 years they have seen. You want a decisive government. Across the world, this is the lesson democracy is teaching us. We need a decisive government. The growth rate now, IMF says, India is about 6.3%. Next 10 years, we'll be the #1 country in terms of growth rate. So people are very clear. There is going to be a continuity of government. People don't want power-hungry politicians who are fighting among themselves till now. Just assembling in a room for the convenience of power, they come to a common broad agreement. I'm very sure 2024 we will see Modi ji coming back to power for the simple reason we have delivered. And also with respect to Kavita madam's allegation. Now, if you look at BJP on all fronts, somebody has to tell me in what front we have failed. Did we fail in internal security? Did we fail in controlling external aggression? Did we fail in uplifting the number of people who are poor? Did we fail in maintaining a proper foreign policy? What did we fail? BJP and Modi ji has shown when people place their trust and respect on a party by giving a decisive mandate, we can deliver. Coming 5 elections results on December 3, we will see. 2018, it was a different scenario where we lost the big 3 states. 2019 was a big sweep. This time we are going into 2019 by having a decisive mandate in all the 5 states and thereby gaining a very significant momentum. And 2024, I'm very sure Congress has that record in 1984 where they have crossed 400. This time we are going to do that. I'm very confident and very, very clear about making that happen.
More than 400?
Yes, it's going to happen, sir.
In the Lok Sabha 2023?
Agan Bharat will happen. When the time is right, it will 100% happen.
Just give a mic to him. Can you get another mic for him? We are missing the best punchlines.
Anyway, this is all wishful thinking of this 400 seats. Anyway, you wanted to ask you, where has the BJP failed? The BJP is tremendously anti-federal. They want to take away the rights of the states. They want to centralize all power of the central government. They believe that uniformity is equal to unity, whereas we believe in diversity is equal to unity. They want to have this, one that. Want to destroy the multifaceted culture, linguistic differences of India, which we don't want to. And most importantly, to keep on throwing this that, you are a fascist government, you are emergency, 356. I mean, aren't you supposed to be better than us? Didn't you come into government saying that you're going to give us a better government? I mean, here you're stifling every independent voice in this country, going after institutions, going after political opponents. You have weaponized the law. I mean, the journalist fraternity, I mean, I'm sorry to say, you hardly stand up for your own clan. I mean, you're one of the most vilified class of people in this country. I mean, I could have a huge laundry list of why this government should go. I mean, while he's stating that the economy is grown, why can't you state the fact that we're 124 in per capita income in the world? Why can't you state that 200 high net worth individuals gave up the Indian citizenship? Why did they leave the country? And look at the inflation. Look at a gas cylinder price. You're giving us what the economy was when we left government. Naturally, the world's largest population will have a natural growth in size of GDP. What was the price of a cylinder when we left government? What is the price of a cylinder today? How much are the average man hurting in the street? How much is small business getting hurt? Where is the credit for the small business? And where is this huge crony capitalism which has crept into this country? No other country in the world can one business conglomerate be in airports, be in power transmission, be in mining, be in data centers, in everything else. The Glass-Steagall Act in America will prohibit that. This kind of complete monopolistic oligarchs, you're creating that. I mean, if this is not corruption, I don't know what corruption is. I could have a huge laundry list of why this government should go. And what are we proposing in an alternative? We are proposing an inclusive, a democratic growth for everybody else. That is why we are insisting on a caste census, to show where the power matrix of this country is, to show how concentrated power and wealth is within only a small class of people which are at the helm of the BJP. And that is why the BJP is opposing it. And that is what real social justice is. That is what real economic growth is. That is what will be an egalitarian society. And that's exactly what the Congress is going to usher in along with its alliance partners.
Okay. To continue to what Kartiji is saying, when this government came in, when Modi ji came in, he talked about 56-inch ka seena hai, we will not let anybody come into the nation, etc. China is just making inroads, roads, etc. inside the country. They named 23 villages from Arunachal Pradesh suddenly in their list, and we can't do anything about it. What are we doing is we are making movies. We are making various movies trying to, circulate that we are doing a good job. When we talk about local issues, per se, what has BJP done for Telangana? Zero. What has BJP done for Tamil Nadu? Zero. Where is Madurai AIMS? Madurai AIMS has been pending for 8 years. And whenever we talk to anybody, any BJP person who's coming into the state, Honorable Stalin ji had raised a lot of questions. They don't answer. They simply divert the topic and say, we gave this, we gave that. And when you look at them, threadbare numbers, there is nothing. So issues like this, diversion politics, polarization politics, have worked for some time. but we truly hope they won't work again, because South India especially talks about numbers. And I have one question to Annamalai Anna. Annamalai Anna, in 2026 there will be delimitation. South India will lose majorly in terms of seats. What will be BJP's stand? That you have to clearly tell the people of Tamil Nadu, tell the people of Telangana, tell the entire South India. We cannot lose our political representation at the national level. There is a fear among the people. What is BJP's solution for that? What is BJP's solution? Why do you give a national project status for Uttar Pradesh and not for Tamil Nadu or Telangana? When there is election, when there is BJP in power in Karnataka, you give a national project status to Upper Bhadra, and there are demands from every state. You don't give that. So your development is selective, your allocation of funds is selective, your failures are many, many. In fact, you have bought in 100 lakh crores of debt upon this country, where all the prime ministers put together bought 50 lakh crore debt to this country. Modi ji alone contributed for 100 lakh crores of debt to this country. Now, these are certain things that needs to be answered. Instead of just saying polarization, ya to you are with Modi, against Modi. No, it doesn't work with that way. India has a lot of things between 0 and 1. Everybody matters, everybody should matter. Telangana should matter, Tamil Nadu should matter, not only Uttar Pradesh and BJP.
Okay, I'll let Annamalai also answer. But since you mentioned a couple of things, you said this polarization thing doesn't work in South. I've been curious about this question since morning, because like I do feel people in the South have a lot of faith, and religion is a very big part of life. Like it's there. Like there are more temples here than in many places. A lot of Hindu population, and yet the Hindutva politics doesn't seem to be working so well. So as a natural curiosity, I want to ask you guys why that doesn't work. We will get to the caste census also, and I will let you reply also, because looks like, you know.
I'll let Karthia
Respond to a lot of false.
Yeah, I will come to you. So I want to give you enough time, but let's just talk about this, why the Hindutva politics doesn't work. Maybe one of you can answer that. And then let's talk about this caste census, which I think could be a factor in this coming election, a big one maybe. But let's hear it for them, then Annamalai.
Well, please take it.
See, as I told you earlier, the BJP's construct of Hindutva is a North Indian Sanskritized upper class vegetarian construct. So that is very different from the day-to-day practice. I mean, I am a tremendously temple-going, ritualistic, superstitious, astrology-believing person. But their version of the faith and their version of the practice of the religion is very varied from what we practice on a daily basis. Yes, Tamil Nadu has per square kilometer more number of temples than anywhere in India. We break more coconuts every day in Tamil Nadu. The mistake the BJP does is they believes that because it's a temple-going state, they will vote for us. And the mistake that Dravidian parties make is because they go to temples, because they vote for us, they are not temple-going. So both the parties make a mistake. One is different from the other. The politics is different from the faith. And the people here are clearly going to divorce their practices from their politics. And the politics here is, there is a strong regional identity here. There is a linguistic identity here. And the BJP, because of its an overt push to this Hindutva agenda, and also this uniformity is equal to unity kind of an agenda, one this, one that, pushes Tamil Nadu back. And that is why Tamil Nadu will consistently reject the politics of the BJP. And anybody who is independently assessing will know that the BJP has only got a certain limit it can grow to. It is not an acceptable party. The politics of the BJP, the agenda of the BJP will be roundly rejected in Tamil Nadu time and time and again, because they don't agree with the construct of the societal construct which they are proposing. Their construct is, as I repeatedly say, it's a very North Indian, Sanskritized, vegetarian, upper class construct. And that will be rejected time and again in Tamil Nadu.
I have a good point to make.
I have to let him, I think I need to give him 2 mics.
One
wait,
second.
let him answer, and then
I'll just quickly finish the point. See, I strongly believe there are political Hindus and there are practicing Hindus. BJP is political Hindus, and rest of us in South India are practicing Hindus. We are very temple-going, very ritualistic, very religious people. I personally myself am a very religious person. But it is my religion inside my home. once I'm a politician, I go out, I meet with everybody. I want to treat, I will treat everybody equally. And if I want to be selective in terms of development, if I want to be selective in terms of political process, that is not fair and that is not India.
Annamlai sir, they have said a lot of things, so
yeah,
you need
so
to, yeah.
I have to respond it point by point, sir. I don't know what is Karthik Chidambaram ji's obsession about Sanskrit, vegetarian, North Indian. I am sitting in front of you. I am the state president of the BJP. I am not a North Indian. I am not a vegetarian. I don't know a word of Sanskrit. I don't know a single word of Hindi. Maybe a possible conversation Hindi I might try. You have to understand, sir. Now I find it very funny. Madam Kavita ji should have defended her father's record of 10 years what they have done. You are in power for 10 years, you are not able to defend what you have done. Pulavaram project is more like a ATM of the KCRG's family. We have seen it. A lot of allegations. We are seeing it what is inside. Now I would respect an opponent when they defend their track record of what they have done for the state. And every time it is like, you want to vilify BJP, you want to call this, you want to call that. It's okay, sir. Now, A.K. Antony ji, Defense Minister of India, 2011 Parliament. What did he say about China? He said the best way to contain China is not to develop border villages. As we speak now, our Prime Minister is in Uttarakhand in a border area inaugurating projects worth more than 2,000 crore there. They said the best way, don't do anything. Allow Chinese to come. Give acres and acres and square miles of acres in Ladakh and Arunachal and different parts. Don't even pick up a fight. Now when BJP goes to the border, BJP is there as a government. When all the border areas get developed, we look China eye to eye. And suddenly they have this China problem, including Rahul Gandhi ji. I don't know who he meets outside the country. And with respect to Karthik ji's very specific thing, I find it very funny. This is a Congress state till 1967. Now Congress party in Tamil Nadu has become a cheerleader for DMK. DMK has got no business to come in 1967 to govern the state. I find the Congress party more as a cheerleader for DMK, encouraging them whatever nonsense they are doing. The only common link I see between, sorry sir, Tamil Nadu and Telangana. Both states have made the states as states of drunkards. When they came to power, their liquor revenue, what was it? 12,000 crore. They have taken it to 30,000 crore now. We are at 44,000 crore. When the state got bifurcated, Telangana, if you look at the net debt, was 75,000 crore. It's 3,13,000 crore now. Tamil Nadu is the state with the highest number of debt in the country, 7 lakh crore. What model are they talking? Are they talking of a development model? Are they talking of a pro-poor model? This is a model that is family politics entrenched model, which clearly uses liquor revenue to finance voters 500,000, and then you borrow debt and you're not able to service debt, and you portray this as a model to say, please keep BJP out. I'm not saying BJP is in Tamil Nadu today. It's a work in progress. You got to get a lot of things right. But of course, we are going to offer a very alternate ideology to the very model of what the Dravidian parties do here and what parties like TRS do there. And I am very proud to say, as a first generation politician, son of a farmer, I've earned my place sitting in this chair as a BJP person to talk to eminent audience like this. My father studied till 10th class. My mother studied till 6th class. I don't come from a privileged pedigree. This is a party of common people. All of us get to represent how the country should be built. We don't come from a Jamindari family. We don't come from a family where son is a minister, daughter is a MLC, and one nephew is a Rajya Sabha MP, another nephew is Maharashtra TRS in charge. We don't come like that. That's the basic difference between a BJP and a Congress. A common people make this party. Of course, it will take time to build. BJP came into Tamil Nadu very late.
Now you need to interrupt.
BJP came into Tamil Nadu very late. They came very late.
We have to.
When did BJP come here? When did Janasangam come here? When did BJP make an electoral mark here?
We will extend a few minutes.
When did BJP come here? 1980, 1990. The first MLA 1996. BJP was not there when Congress was there. Of course, we had a late start here. We'll pick it up. It's a matter of time. Once we get our model right, ideology right, what we have to speak. If he says BJP is a Hindutva party, I'm saying BJP is not a Hindutva party. In his definition of Hindutva. My definition of Hindutva is all-encompassing. It doesn't discriminate anybody. I want Muslims and Christians to sit in the same table. If they have an imagination that BJP discriminates, I can't cure the disease. That's the disease of appeasement, disease of Congress. 1976, during emergency, you bring a word called secular into preamble of the constitution, suddenly Congress says we are secular champions. No, that is appeasement. That has taken India backwards. What Rajiv Gandhi ji did in parliament is a terrible crime, Shabanu case. You have completely altered the social fabric of this country. When BJP does it right, when we do a civilizational continuity, when we do a civilizational reset, you call us Hindutva party, proudly will wear that label. But BJP's definition of Hindutva is all-encompassing, non-discriminatory, take everybody along. And when you want to talk a state like Tamil Nadu, of course, I understand I am at a disadvantage. The party came late, we are building the party, it will take time. That is not a measure. The measure is 2024 is an inflection point for BJP Tamil Nadu. Modi ji is going to come back. You can't do they agree on a prime ministerial candidate? Or is it going to be like 2004? You form a government, then you have a chair competition, then you put a roll of dice, then you select a prime minister, then somebody will come. That's how you want to govern India. We are seeing what is happening in Israel. You have a far right, you have a centrist, you have a left centrist. What has happened to Israel? Now Israel wants a unity government now. Look at all over the world. People want a decisive government, and India should not lose this decade. Next 25 years is very important for country's growth. And people of India are very clear. They want a decisive mandate to be given to a party which has proven. And with respect to crony capitalism, sorry, I'm just ending with this here. And sir, we have to understand, when you talk about crony capitalism, how many times they have gone to the Supreme Court? Rafael Supreme Court. Rahul Gandhi ji gave an apology. Every time you go to Supreme Court, Hindenburg report, again you go to Supreme Court committee clears. I'm not defending any corporate, I'm not their spokesperson. As an Indian citizen, I'm speaking. When you have a personal agenda, every single time Congress party runs to the Supreme Court, you want to file a PIL on every single thing they lost. 2019 election was run on Rafael. He was forced to give an apology, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who was the prime ministerial candidate in 2019. Forced to give an apology to the Supreme Court. What are they talking about crony capitalism? They have to understand. You cannot come and make allegations and get away with it, sir. When somebody made a mistake, we are making an action. There is a code to monitor. NewsClick made a website. Their website made a mistake. Action is being taken. Of course, there is a law of the land. There is a code. There is a system. There is an independent judiciary. And simply everything, whatever is wrong in the country, you put it on BJP. So what were you doing for 67 years? We are trying to correct what you have done in 67 years over the last 9 years. We need more time to go ahead.
Very
Exactly,
quickly,
that's
Kavita
what we
ma'am.
are saying.
No. Just two lines because we do want to discuss.
No, we
caste
asked you for time. You said you are giving us time.
Yeah,
That's
but we
not
also
fair.
have to
I think
discuss caste.
categorically, the government, because I believe that he has got access to the government, must categorically state, perhaps in the floor of the parliament, or the prime minister must come and say, there's been no incursions by China into Indian territory. We've been repeatedly asking this question in parliament. It has been stalled. No question about China is ever admitted into question hour. Can the government of India, I'm challenging the government of India, the Prime Minister of India, the Defense Minister of India, to categorically state that there has been no incursion on Indian territory and no incursion by China into Indian territory. Can they state that? Everybody knows there's been massive incursions there. And all these kind of photo ops on the border areas where incursion is happening on the other side is completely misplaced. And secondly, it's constantly saying that, there is no crony capitalism. I mean, I'm giving you an example. There is nowhere in the world has one company been given so much, one corporate entity been given into a sort of an open door policy into so many sectors. That is what mature democracies do. Mature democracies do not allow concentration of economic clout into one hands. And to say that you always go to court, everybody knows the state of institutions today in this country. I don't want to specifically name that. Institutional capture has happened in the last 9 years. Everything you do is you do under the veneer of a legal sanction. Every raid is legal, technically, because somebody signs it off. Every arrest is legal because some magistrate is remanding you. But that does not necessarily make it fair. That does not make it honest. Then even Jesus Christ was crucified because there was a judge, Pontius Pilate, who put him to the crucifix. So every illegality in this world, including what happened in Nazi Germany, happened under legal sanction, against legislative sanction. So just because it happens under legal sanction, just because it happens against legislative sanction, does not make it moral.
Chetanji, I just have to say this, that BJP still talks like a party in opposition. Whenever anybody asks you a question, they will highlight the problems, they will not give a solution. I'm simply stating the fact that Modi ji came into power in the last 10 years. 100 lakh crores of debt is incurred on this country. Is it true or not? AIMS Madurai is not made yet. Is it true or not? We did not get any special project. Is it true or not? And you are saying that we are corrupt. Polavaram is not in Telangana, it's in Andhra, but our particular project was completed in 3.5 years. Today it is giving water to 73 lakh acres. Can you do it? And I'll tell you this categorically, my leader, my father, what he has done for my state, Telangana, your party can never do that to in India in 100 Janams also. Because we worked categorically, we worked honestly. That is why people elected us twice. And we are going back for the third term. We will certainly get elected again. And I'll just leave the audience with simple thought that if it is not crony capitalism, how did you waive off 12 lakh crores debt of corporates, whereas you will not even speak about farm loan waiver? Why can't you waive off the farmer's loan? But why will you waive off the corporate loans? And then how can you say that it is? And you tell me today, did you not capture the Cricket Association of India today? Is it just because one person is a cricketer? No, one person belongs to a certain party who's of a powerful leader's son. So what are you talking about family rule? You have just taken Scindia ji into your party. You have broken the Madhya Pradesh government. You were here in alliance with DMK. That time you don't remember DMK was a family rule party. You were in alliance with Uddhav Thackeray. That time you don't remember it is. Your Andhra Pradesh BJP chief is N.T. Ramarao's daughter. Then you don't remember. So when it suits you, you talk about family, legacy. When it suits you, you talk about being very non-corrupt, non-free. See, this is not fair. So when you are talking about issues, might as well talk about them in a very objective manner. We are speaking of development. South India, BJP will get 0 seats. We will work for it because South India demands numbers. South India demands projects. Thank you.
All right. There are so many topics and to discuss on such a complex national election. Let's talk about this one thing though, because we were having discussions backstage that what could the INDI alliance do that can prove to be a factor in actual voting. And I think the caste census is worth discussing. I'm mainly to educate myself. I want to understand this better because technically if it divides up the Hindu vote even a little bit, it could like affect the BJP, but at the same time, the BJP, I mean, the Prime Minister Modi himself is an OBC. I mean, I want to know your views on the caste census very quickly. What do you think views are? Maybe we'll start with Kartiji. And is it a big deal,
See, our agenda is not to divide society. Our agenda to have inclusive growth and egalitarian growth. And for that, you need to have data. I am not a believer in caste. I believe caste is the curse of India. But it is a reality. But the fact is, we need to collect data to see which sections of society are in which wealth is concentrated, landholding is concentrated, political power is concentrated, positions of authority is concentrated. In order to do that, you need to have a proper data collection. What you do with the data, how you act on it can be different. But you can't prevent data collection. For example, in Tamil Nadu, we give 7.5% reservation in college, in schools, in medical and in engineering for government school students, which I think is a very, very good initiative. That could also be a model which could be replicated throughout India. Instead of only relying purely on a caste matrix, you could rely on the kind of school you went to and start giving a leg up. But you can't prevent collection of data because it's inconvenient to you. The truth which is coming out of the data is inconvenient to you, so you can't prevent it. You see, the BJP is again, I mean, I don't want to repeat
what is inconvenient to the BJP?
It is inconvenient because the power structure of the BJP will clearly will show that it is concentrated only in certain communities and certain other communities are left behind. You know the psyche of the North Indian better than me. You've written, you are a good reflector of society there, especially your term of HMT, Hindi medium types. For them, the greatest aspiration is to get into a government job. If this data shows that they should have greater access to government jobs, they should have greater access to education institutions, it could be a game changer. I don't know. But you can't prevent the collection of data. Why are you preventing the collection of data? Why are you opposing the release of that data? Because it's inconvenient to your power structures and inconvenient to the societal view you have. That is why the BJP is opposing it.
Sir.
We have a OBC Prime Minister. I find it very, flabbergasted when Karthi Chidambaram talks about caste census. Did they not do it in 2004 to 14? They have numbers. But Sonia Gandhi madam said, we are not releasing the numbers because there is no unanimity in the cabinet. It is not that we don't have numbers, we have numbers. On record, Madam Sonia Gandhi said, we are not releasing the numbers because there is no unanimity. Congress government in Karnataka, before BJP was there, caste census was done. It was never released. Now we have to understand sudden fascination we see with Rahul Gandhi ji and other Congress leaders about caste. We believe the class of people who will have the first right over India's resources are the poor people. The poor people have the first right over India's resources. We are very clear. And BJP as a party, I don't know what social structure we talk. If you look at our chief ministers, look at our cabinet ministers, look at the women, look at the SC representation in the cabinet, look at the ST representation in the cabinet. Nobody in Indian history has given this kind of representation what BJP has given. So let us not fool ourselves and fool the audience to say, oh, there is no caste census available. UPA have the data. They never released it. Sonia Gandhi ji said there is no unanimity on it. Now, secondly, with respect to Kartik Chidambaram ji, I'm sure is a very well-educated, erudite person. Please don't tell me that is doubting the Indian judiciary. Now, they have gone to Supreme Court. You got defeated. Supreme Court made you to make an apology for Rafale allegation, all single allegation. Now, suddenly you want to doubt the court itself. You say, no, that is the basic problem of Congress over the last 9 years. Nothing goes in their way. Then you make everybody a party to the crime. Now, this is unfortunate. I'm very sure he didn't mean it. Because a person of this reputation and political stature in an Indian democracy, if you start doubting the courts, then there's no end to how the democracy, it will become the Republican Party of American Congress. You're trying to elect a speaker and you're not able to come to agreement on a speaker. Unfortunately, it is reflecting the mindset of Congress, how Congress is internally thinking. Now, with respect to Madam Kavita, because I have to respond to some of the issues that Madam raised also. The basic complaint that BJP Telangana is making over TRSS. Now, this is a government that is stubbornly refusing to let central government schemes enter into Telangana. Stubborn refusal. Stubborn refusal. Find every single way to create an obstacle. Every single way to create an obstacle. Now, conveniently, in the last 10 years, when they say the growth has improved, of course, the per capita income of our country has improved. When Kartik ji says it's a country of 142 crore people, that is why India is progressing. 2004, when UPA 1 came to power, in the Global Committee of Nations, India was ranked 12th in terms of economy. 10 years they were in power, same population of 130 crore. From 12, they took it to 11. 2014, when we took over, the 11th largest economy, we took it to 5. The same population, when you have the internal structure going, per capita income.
This is conveniently playing with statistics. When you're talking about GDP, I'm talking about per capita income. I hope I'm
per capita income. I'm coming to the per capita income. Without per capita income increasing, without per capita income increasing, how will the GDP increase? 2014, the per capita income was about 98
lakh per capita income
rupees.
ranking. Our GDP ranking might be 5. Our per capita income ranking is 124.
That is because in the Congress rule, India was growing at 2.5% for 67 years. Right. You call that the Hindu rate of growth. When you grow a country for 2% for 67 years,
misleading
you are growing at 7% over the last 9 years.
What was the growth rate in 2014?
I think if the Congress BJP discussions,
the inflation along with the growth rate. What was the inflation? Inflation about 6.6%.
I think if the day Congress BJP discussions end in India is the day masala ends in our food. So that will
no, but
never
I just have a direct question, Chetan ji. I just have a direct
question. And so Kavita ji, I'm going to give you, because we are over time, and you're the lady
very
in the panel, I'll give you the last word.
Absolutely. Very quickly.
But yeah, I mean.
See, I just want to ask Annamalayana one thing. Forget about the caste census. Why could the BJP not do the regular census? 2020 COVID was there, but what did you do in 21? What did you do in 22? Now you are again saying that you can't do it. When our state was formed, in one single day, we did the caste census of the whole state. And now all of our schemes are designed to cater to those castes. See, caste can be used positively, caste can be used negatively. We have used it positively. We have empowered each and every caste. That can be very well done across the nation. So my limited point here is, in this, Karti Chidambaram ji, Congress party is equally responsible. They could not do the caste census. And now they are demanding that caste census should be done because it suits them. And BJP is not doing it because they could not do the census itself. So that is my limited point, but it has to be done because unless you know the domain or the number of people that they are, you cannot design any schemes, you cannot give the budget accordingly. That is my point.
See, you can't fault us for changing our mind about issues after deep thought. we have thought, perhaps at that time there was no consensus. Now we're very clear that we need this data in order to have an egalitarian society, in order to make social programs or whatever it is. I'm not saying that how the data will be used is a matter of debate. But to say we can't even have the data is not acceptable. And there is an evolution of thought. I mean, any politician who says that he has had no evolution of thought is a politician who's not thinking.
Okay. Evolution of thought in Indian politics is Rahul Gandhi ji, one day Amar, one day Akbar, one day Antony. That is evolution of thought for Congress party. You tell me, did Madam Sonia Gandhi never say there is no unanimity among the Congress-led government cabinet with respect to caste census? Now I need answer for that. Suddenly you can't say in 2020.
He said he changed his mind.
No, sir. You have to understand. These are very convenient changes. Karnataka Congress government, the same Siddaramaiah ji, when did he do caste census? Why it was not released for 5 years? Yeah. Now, we believe very categorically the resources of the country, the first right should go to the poor of the country. That is what we are doing.
Why are you decreasing NREGS allocation if poor is your priority?
I will give you the last word, and now since you have spoken, because there is something else in the program. Thank you so much, guys, for your passionate, like really passionate, very, very enjoyable session. Wish you all the best. The people will ultimately decide and the numbers will be out. But good. Thank you so much.